Hey guys, it's the Emerald Banner here. So, if you have watched my last video, and you don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, then this is the video for you. So, let's begin. So there are 3 types of cards. There are monster cards. So these cards are what you use to attack and defend. So this one has 0 attack points and 0 defense points. Okay, and then there's spell card or trap cards, and they help you out by, getting getting your enemy to lose, and then they help you out just getting rid of monsters and stuff. And then the spell cards, they can help you out with a lot more than traps can, and they add on stuff like polymerization. I can fuse 2 monsters to create a purple monster. And so now we also have, there's 4 zones, or there's a lot of zones. Okay, so first off, we have the deck zone. This is where your deck will be, and they consist of up to 60 cards, and each turn you draw 1 card, and at the beginning, you draw 5 or something cards. Then you have the graveyard. The graveyard is where all of your old monsters and stuff will go that got destroyed in battle. Okay, now we have the monster zone. This is where all of your monsters will be that you will summon. So you could summon regular monsters. If you have the right monster effect or spell card, you summon tokens. You can fusion summon a monster. We'll get into more of that later. You can synchro summon a monster. We'll get into more of that later as well. And exceed summon. We'll also get into that. Then we also have the spell card zone. Now these are called pendulum monsters. And we'll get into those a little later as well. Now we have the field spell zone. You know that it's a field spell by that little symbol in the top corner. It's a little fuzzy, but still. Then you have your extra deck. This consists of like fusion monsters and stuff. These would go face up in the extra deck, but I'm just using that as an example. More or less, these 3 types of cards would be in there, along with link monsters, which would go into the extra monster zone. You share this with another player, and you each get 1. Sorry, this is a little fuzzy. Give me a second. I'm gonna hold it still. There. So you see where that blue card is? That is the extra monster zone, and you put your link monsters there. So now let's get into the deck. Whoa. I'm not using like a real iPad stand. Okay, so first off, we have tokens. So these things are technically non-existent. So they cannot be in a deck. They'll be face up in your extra deck. So let's say I have my extra deck here and keep them face up. So those are tokens. Now we have monsters. So there are some that you can special summon and some that you can normal summon. If they are level 4 or below, you can summon them immediately. If they are levels 5 or 6, then you have to tribute 1 monster. It can be any level monster. And then if they're higher than level 5 or 6, you have to tribute 2 monsters. This one's an exception because of its special ability. But now, now let's move on to the next deck. Okay. So now we have pendulum monsters. So pendulum monsters, when they are in their pendulum zones, which are on both sides of the spell area, those they count as spells. So if this card that says destroy all spells on your opponent's field, those are also spells. So then you also have, but if they're in the monster zone, they're monsters. Kind of get the picture? So now we also have fusion monsters. So you need to take a spell and another card to fuse it. So like this one is 1 Metal Foes monsters, also known as Metal Foes, and then two monsters with 3,000 or less attack and defense. And then I'll also need to use my polymerization to fuse it with that. And then we also have link monsters. As you can see, these have no level or attack or defense points. And by the way, when two monsters are battling, whichever has the higher attack points wins. So let's see, this one has 1,200, this one has 1,400. When they battle, the one with the higher attack points wins, and the other gets sent to the graveyard. But and also the point of the game is to reduce your opponent's life points to 0. You normally start off with 8,000 or 4,000, but you normally start off with 8,000. And once you take damage by a monster attacking your life points directly, so life points, kapow, they're dead. Or you take damage, so like this one has 1,200, this one has 1,400. So 1,400 minus 1,200 is 200. So that makes it so that you take 200 points of damage because of their difference. Okay, so, but now back to what I was saying. So link monsters have no defense points, but you can only have them in attack position, and once they have this link here, if there's another link monster that let's say that has a link 3, when you tribute a monster along with this one counts as 2 monsters. Okay? Now we're going to move on to synchro monsters. These ones are white, and you take one tuner, which I will show you how to find out if a monster is a tuner. So let's look through my deck for a tuner. If you can spot one, let me know. Okay, did you spot any yet? There was definitely one there. I will show you which one it is. Oop, nope. Also, by the way, this is the spell that allows me to summon those 3 hippo tokens that I have. This is a tuner. As you can see, it says right here, tuner. So you would take, so let's take my cipher, oh, that. Sometimes I just really hate this. But let's take my Master with Eyes of Blue, my Cipher Twin Raptor. I would tribute these 2 monsters, and their total levels equal 5. So that means I'd be able to summon that. I'd be able to summon this card. And then, since it has another level, I can synchro summon using one of the non-tuner monsters into a tuner. So then I could do it again over here. It's quite simple. Okay, so now we have my favorite summoning technique, Xyz summoning. So they have a black border, and it is, even though it says XYZ, it's actually pronounced Xyz, like EEXEEZ, Xyz. Okay, I know it's said weird, but let's say your opponent's monster says like you take 500 points of damage for every monster's level on your field. This one won't count because they do not have levels at all. They have ranks. And also, one of my favorite parts of them is, help me find a level 4 monster. And also a level is determined by the stars. Okay, so I have a level 4 monsters here. Or I have 2 level 4 monsters. When so you do something called overlaying them, where you put them together, put them in a monster zone, and put the monster on top. So that makes it so that and also to activate its abilities, you detach 1 material, send it to the graveyard. So it's quite simple. But now, we must get into the harder things. The types of spells and traps. So, there are field spells. Field spells, like, they have abilities for your field, specifically. You have regular spells, which you just play, they activate, you send it to the graveyard, and you can set the cards face down as well. Then you have trap cards. Trap cards you can activate on your opponent's turn, but they just have to be on the field for at least 1 draw phase. Then you have ritual cards, which they can summon something, as long as you follow its rules. So this is contract with the Dark Master, and allows you to summon a monster called Dark Master's Orc. This. I know this is also blue and the link monster's blue, but this is a ritual monster, not a link monster. Okay, so I'd be able to summon that. Then you also have equip spells like this Lucky Iron Axe here, and you can equip it onto a monster. It would still go into the spell zone, the spell and trap card zone, but it would equip onto a monster like this one. It gains 500 attack points, and then there's also quick effects trap cards. I do not have any currently, but what they do is they take out, like, let's say your opponent activates a trap. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh wait, I have a trap card that can counter. It's called a counter trap. So it's like, oh no, they activated a trap card. Oh no, I'm gonna lose 500 life points. Haha, I can counter that. Mirror reflect. Haha, boom boom. Yeah, I'm laughing too much. But and then there is also there's also hand traps. So normally you can play as many spell cards from your hand as you want just by going plop. But you can't take a trap card and go plop. You have to place it face down first, and then you can activate it. But there are a few traps that you're able to go boom with. So yeah, if that's essentially the basics. If you would like to learn more about Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you have any more questions, you can email me at theemeraldbanner@gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day. See you in the next video. Please like and subscribe.